Once upon a time, in the bustling heart of Adibe, lived Ejiro, a woman of quiet strength. Married to Ayo for 16 years, she bore the weight of raising two children, Tolu and Kiki. But lately, a heavy darkness has settled over her. Once joyful home, Ayo, the provider, the rock, seems to be crumbling. In their small kitchen, when Ejiro was cooking, she warned her children, Tolu and Kiki, be careful with the little gari we have left. Your father, he said his business is slow. Tolu said to his mother, again? Mama, how long will this slow business last? My friends, they all have new shoes and bicycles. Kiki also said to her mother, I don't want to wear patched clothes to school anymore, Mama. Ejiro embraces them and said to them, my dears, I know it is hard, but your father loves you. He's just going through a tough time. Ejiro spoke the words, but the doubt bites at her soul. Ayo's excuses were becoming a regular routine. New suits every day, expensive cologne, a phone that buzzed constantly at odd hours. Yet, the family finances remained a constant struggle. Meanwhile, Ayo seems to be thriving in another world, a world where money flowed freely and laughter was light. He spent evening at exclusive clubs, showering a young woman named Bisi with gifts. She said to Ayo, you spoil me rotten. This bracelet is stunning. Ayo replied her, anything for my beautiful Bisi. Work is a little stressful lately, but seeing your smile makes it all worth it. Ayo's words were a web of lies. He was drowning in debt in front of his wife, but hiding his extravagances also from his wife Ejiro. One afternoon, while searching through Ayo's discarded clothes, Ejiro's finger brushed against a crumpled receipt. It is an exclusive boutique receipt known for its expensive price. Ah, a seed of suspicion boomed in her heart. She said to herself, this doesn't make sense. Ayo claims he barely afford clothes, yet he's buying designer clothes. Days turn into weeks as Ejiro pieced together the puzzle. Late nights, very quiet and still phone calls, the undeniable scent of a woman's perfume clinging on his clothes. Ejiro knew with a certainty that Ayo was having an affair. She couldn't let it break her. She said she would fight back. Ejiro decided to confide in her best friend Bisola, a good businesswoman, a woman known for her sharp wit and even sharper business sense. Ejiro said to her friend Bisola, I think Ayo is cheating on me. He's spending all our money, leaving us with nothing. Bisola replied her, cheating and irresponsible? Sounds like a double two-fold blow, my dear. But don't you worry, we will get him good. But we need a plan. Ayo thinks he can have his cake and also eat it, not on my watch. Bisola, fueled by justifiable anger, devised a daring plan. Ejiro listened intently, a flicker of hope igniting in her eyes. This wasn't about revenge. It was about reclaiming her life and teaching Ayo a harsh lesson. As Ejiro and Bisola sit at the cafe, brainstorming, Bisola pulls out her phone. A plan caught to her head. She said to Ejiro, so tell me more. Like, tell me everything about this busy woman, if you know any. Ejiro replied her, she's young, flashy, obsessed with social media. She posts pictures of all the expensive things Ayo bought for her, even have the mind to tag Ayo in them. Bisola said to her, perfect, let's do a little social media digging. Bisola decided to use Issy's own vanity against her. With a few clicks, she started piecing together BC's online personnel, uncovering a trail of luxury brands and extravagant outing Ayo got for her. Armed with information from Bisola's investigation, Bisola hatched a plan. Weeks later, Ejiro, armed with Bisola's plan and in newfound confidence, walked into their bank. The teller is used to seeing Ayo handles their finances. Were surprised. She greeted the teller man. Good morning. I would like to make a withdrawal for our joint account. The teller said to her, Madam Ejiro, is everything alright? Mr. Ayo usually handles these matters. Ejiro replied him, he's a bit under the weather today. Don't worry, I have full access. Ejiro, following Bisola's instruction, cleverly withdrew a substantial sum, ensuring she stayed below the limit that would trigger any alert for Ayo. Next, Ejiro met with Miss Akin, a good lawyer recommended by Bisola. It was a long shot, but they had to try. She said to Miss Akin, my husband, he's being financially reckless, spending our money on things outside the family. Miss Akin replied her, adultery and financial mismanagement can be grounds for legal action, but gathering evidence can be tricky. Ejiro explained Bisola's plan, outlining how she would use the money to secure their future. Miss Akin, impressed by Ejiro's intelligence and resolve, agreed to help. Meanwhile, Ayo's secret ward started to crumble. He showered BC with expensive gifts, expecting her to move in with him. He envisioned a lavish lifestyle, fueled by his business. But when BC, materialistic to the core, entered his poorly furnished apartment, her enthusiasm waned. She said to Ayo, where is all the furniture? I thought you said you were getting a place for us. Ayo replied her, there was a delay with the delivery, but don't worry, darling, I will sort it out. Ayo, blinded by his infatuation, didn't realize that Busy wasn't interested in a man struggling to make ends meet. He just saw a way to maintain his double lifestyle. Back in their home, Ejiro finally made a move. With a heavy heart, but a good resolve, she started packing. Toro approached her and asked her, where are you going, Mama? Kiki also asked, are we leaving, Papa? Ejiro replied to them, my dears, we are going to stay with Auntie Bisola for a while. Your father, he hasn't been taking care of us properly. Auntie Bisola, she offered to help us to get back on our feet. Ejiro's voice cracked, but she held her ground. Tolu, marshaled for his age, understood the truth. Kiki, however, held on tightly to her mother's tears streaming down her face. Few days later, Ayo returned home after staying with BC, expecting his usual routine. What greeted him instead was unsettling silence. He called out to Ejiro, no answer. He called out to his kids, still no answer. His heart started to pound with a feeling he couldn't explain. He immediately called Ejiro on the phone. He said to her, Ejiro, where are you and the kids? Ejiro replied him through the phone, I'm at Bisola's place. Don't come looking for me. You have spent our money on fleeting pleasures while your family suffered. Now it is time for you to face the consequences. Ejiro's voice, devoid of the usual warmth, sent shivers down Ayo's spine. Ayo began to panic. He rushed through the house, opening drawers and cabinets. His designer's clothes, the expensive wristwatch, all of them all missing. A cold realization down on him. Ayo, summoned at Bisola's place, found himself facing his wife and his friend. Also, a lawyer's briefcase lying on the table. Ejiro, her eyes no longer filled with despair, laid out the plan. She said to Ayo, "You have left us with nothing, but I, with Bisola's help, have secured our future." Ejiro explained how she used the withdrawed money as a down payment on a small apartment registered solely on her name. Miss Akin, present during the meeting, outlined the legal separation process, citing Ayo's financial irresponsibility. Ayo was now stuttering. He said, "This is all a misunderstanding. I was just taking care of business." Bisola said to him, "Taking care of business or taking care of your little fling?" Ejiro deserved so much better. Ayo's justification fell flat. The evidence, very thorough, gathered by Ejiro and Bisola, painted a clear picture of his deceit. Ayo, stripped off of his comfortable life, stood outside his now empty house, the weight of his choices pressed down on him like a suffocating flog. He chose an illusion, neglecting his family in the process. Now, he faced the harsh reality of his actions. Meanwhile, Ejilo and the children settled in their new home. It was smaller, but filled with a sense of peace that had been absent so far long. Tolu, understanding the situation, helped his mother to unpack, a newfound maturity shining in his eyes. Kiki, still confused but comfortable by her mother's presence, began to adjust. Ayo tried to contact BC, but his calls went unanswered. The woman he showered with gifts had vanished, leaving him with nothing but the bitter taste of regret. Few months later, Ayo, reduced to living with a distant relative, frequented a nearby park, always watching children play. A feeling of guilt stabbed at his heart. He missed his own children's laughter, their milestone, all for a fleeting moment of passion of someone who barely loved him. One day, Ayo spotted Ejiro and the children at the park. He approached them and said to Ejiro, "I am so sorry. Can you ever forgive me?" Ejiro stared at him for a long moment, then said to him, "Ayo, forgiveness is a long road, but for our children's sake, we can try to co-parent." Ayo, humbled by his experience, began to rebuild his relationship with his children. He started attending parenting classes, learning how to be a more responsible father. Ejiro, fueled by the ordeal, enrolled in an online business course. Utilizing her skills in Bisola's mentorship, she started a small catering business from her apartment. Tolu, always eager to learn, helped her with managing orders and her social media account. Slowly, the aroma of delicious food filled their home. Ayo, determined to be part of their new life, took a job as a delivery person for a local restaurant. His evening were spent assisting Ejiro at the market, where she sold her food. The initial awkwardness melted away as they worked together. Months later, their hard work paid off. With the savings from Ejiro's business and Ayo's steady income, They opened a small restaurant. It wasn't grand, but it was theirs. Ejiro, the chef, created magic in the kitchen, while Ayo, a reformed man, managed the front of the restaurant. Tolu, now their official photographer, captured the restaurant atmosphere for their social media account. Kiki, the beautiful greeter, charmed customers with her infectious smile. The journey to reconciliation was far from easy. Scar remained, a constant reminder of Ayo's betrayal. Yet, forgiveness boomed, not as a gift, but as a hard earned seed nurtured by shared experiences. Their family, once fractured, began to heal. It wasn't a perfect picture. They had to rebuild their lives, brick by brick, stronger and wiser. Betrayal can shatter trust, but forgiveness, however difficult, can pave way for healing. Communication is key. Open and honest conversation can prevent misunderstanding and build a stronger foundation for any relationship. Family is the cornerstone of our lives. Cherish your loved ones and fight your family's well being. It's never too late to change. Ayo learned from his mistakes and worked towards redemption. We all have the power to become better versions of ourselves. Remember, even in the darkest times, there is always a chance for a new beginning. If you love this amazing story, kindly subscribe to my channel and don't forget to leave a comment below about your thoughts on Ayo stories. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you get notified when I upload a new video. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, happy storytelling.